Welcome back, guys. And today we're talking about the increase for the standard AAA experience. It's going up by $10 going forward. What we be expected to take $10 for the next gen experience. For some of our favorite franchise, for new IPs, they're expecting us to pay $10 to experience these games that we love and some experience these games that we have never experienced before and get a new perspective on some cool, amazing things that's coming forward in the future. And my question is, should we pay this $10 extra? And today we're going to be answering that question in today's video. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Now I've been thinking about this a lot since they announced last year that they're increasing the price of games by $10, which is gonna hurt a lot of gamers in the long run. A lot of gamers now ain't gonna be able to buy many of these games they did throughout the year, which means they're gonna have to kind of be wary on what games they should purchase, what games they shouldn't, because $10 increase is a lot of money. When you add it up on how many games you buy out throughout the year, $10 extra is a lot of money when it comes to buy individual games. So it's gonna make people kind of cautious on what games they can purchase throughout the year or not. And I'm a person that like playing all the games throughout the whole year, from Nintendo to Microsoft to Sony. So this is gonna hurt me as well. It's gonna make me kind of have to kind of dial back and not buy as many games as I usually buy throughout the year. So it's hurting us in the long run with the increase, which is kind of sad. Now, there's a lot of people in the gaming community been talking on about is this justified or not. I can't say it's justified, but there's been some theories out there that kind of say that it is justified, and there's been some theories out there saying that it's not. So let's go over the two theories that I've been hearing in the gaming community. One is the reason why they increased the price of the software is because they lost a lot of money on the development and manufacture of the new consoles, the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 5 All Digital, Xbox Series S, and Xbox Series X. They lost a lot of money on developing these consoles. Now, if you look at the console specs and try to take the same specs and be on a PC or get a laptop with the same specs, you're going to pay more than what you pay for the consoles, which has been shown through data and the information they released from Microsoft and Sony. So that is true. But is that a real reason for them to increase the price of games? Did they lose a whole lot of money? I'm sure they lost some money, but did they lose a whole lot of money? I can't really say about that. All I know is that if that's the reason they lost a lot more money than they thought they would lose when they created these consoles to kind of give it to us, and then they decided to increase the software by $10, which you could say is a consumer friendly move because we need the hardware to play the game. So they lost money on the hardware to give us access to the games, and then make it back by charging $10 more for the games that we play on the new hardware. But I have to look at it like, well, Sony and Microsoft don't know about that. I mean, how much money did you really lose on development and manufacture of these consoles? And increasing games by $10 is what means you're gonna not have as many people buying as many games as they used to buy throughout the year. So once you lose money on that, in my opinion, and if the hardware itself is already a kind of standard price that's considered high for a lot of people, the accessories are already high as it is with your different color controllers, your headsets, and all the other stuff. Your rechargeable stand cases and things like that are pretty costly as well. So I don't know. I can't say. Now the kind of argument to that is that there was no reason for them to increase the price of software because they made so much money in 2020 due to the pandemic. A lot of people couldn't go to work, couldn't go to school, couldn't go see friends, couldn't go hang outside, so they had to stay home, and they had no choice but to play video games and watch TV all day. And so because of that, they was able to buy a lot more games to play on their consoles. And at that time, we had the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 out. So a lot of people bought a lot of PlayStation 4 games and Xbox One games in 2020, which made a lot of Microsoft and PlayStation a lot of money. So that's the kind of argument. Like I said, these are all theories. There's no real data backing up these theories. But let's talk about the latest theory that's out there. That's kind of out there. Now, another reason they say that they increased the standard price of software t- to $10 more is because of inflation. Now, I don't know a lot about inflation. I just know the basic definition. Inflation is when the price of items and material go up, and the money and the power of your dollar depreciates. That means that you can't buy as many things you could before 1 year ago. For example, that I kind of got when I was researching this was, say like a movie ticket. A movie ticket in 1980 was only $2.89. So you could take $10 to buy almost 3 to 4 tickets to go see a movie. Now started now in the beginning of 2019, tickets are almost $10. So if you took $10 back in 1980, you can take your whole family for only $10 to see a movie. Now it's almost 20 to 30 to $40 to for a family to go watch a movie, which is a big inflation in my opinion. So the whole theory around that is that the but things they use and the people they use to create these games are a lot more expensive than they were a couple of years ago. And so the standard price of games that they was having before they increased it was not enough to cover the inflation of the things they needed to create these new experiences. Now, there's been a lot of great games that's come out of Microsoft and Sony, especially Sony. Hellblade, Center of Sacrifice, amazing, but that was also on Xbox as well. God of War, Detroit Becoming Human. A lot of great games came out on both of these consoles last year and the year before that were worth the price of admission. So I don't know, but the counter to that is that if inflation was hurting the development of games for so long, why did they didn't start increasing it little by little throughout the years? Which I don't know. I'm not really big and familiar with inflation that well. So if anyone can answer the question in the comment section below, appreciate it. Tell us why you think the reason they didn't increase the price of games until now. Waited 15 years later to do. Because the theory out there is they should have been doing it over time, and why do it now when you're making way more than what you use to produce these games. So that's the theories that are out there that I've been hearing in the gaming community. One of the theories sound logical and reasonable, and it could be a reason to justify it. Then the other that counteract it is reasonable and logical as well. But the last one, don't know so much about. Don't know a lot about inflation. I mean, the idea of inflation is a real thing to consider, but the reason why they didn't do it is the big question. So do I think that they are justified in increasing the price of the software for Microsoft and Sony? Can't really say. Do I like that they increased the price by $10? No. It's going to hinder me from buying more games than I used to buy throughout the year. Do I feel like they deserve it? Do I feel like I should buy these games even though they increased the price by $10? Now that's where I have to say it depends. It depends on how good the game is, how much gameplay you have in it, the narrative, what the game is about. Is it a new experience? Is it something that's different and new? That all contributes to if I think a game is worth an extra $10. And I think that they should kind of go on that. Is this game worth an extra $10 than the standard price it was before? Excuse me. If I think they did that, and not all games were 70, $10 more, I think people would be more accepting of it. And I would say then, yeah, $10 for games that are really worth that. Yeah, I would pay $10 more. And I mean games that have a load of gameplay. I mean, loads of gameplay. You can play hundreds to 200 hours in. Has a great narrative. The gameplay is fun and fluid and awesome. The game don't crash. There's no microtransactions or cosmetic transactions in the game. You can earn all that throughout the game. Do playing the game. And if they want to add something that's not so pricey. I should have to pay $5 for a pair of shoes or some sunglasses for my character. Now, if they decided to do that, I'd be more willing to pay $10 for the games I love. But so far through last year and this year alone, there hasn't been a lot of great experiences that I could say will kind of justify me the reason paying $6 or more. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. Do you feel like a lot of these theories kind of make sense? Do you feel like you can see how that would be the reason for them to increase it? Or do you see the things you heard, the reason why they shouldn't increase it? I'll let me know all your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. No matter what your thoughts is, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for staying in the video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, helps with this channel. Make sure you share, helps out as well. If you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified with me and Dmac Gaming upload more content. We got another video coming out this month for you guys. It will be out sometime in the next couple of days, so make sure you stay tuned to that. And always remember, gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. I'll talk to you guys later.